me see. What's good? What's good? What's good? P, what's good? It's kind of like clocking into work. You know what I'm saying? We got to come back. You know what I'm saying? Daily and stuff. And you know, I promise you, man, it's no different than the game itself. Talking to these women, it's like it's shocking what makes you cold or good with women. It's literally the same dynamics that make you graduate from a school. It's literally the same dynamics that make you good at a sport, good at a craft, good at a skill. It's like as men, it's pretty simple. You know what I'm saying? It's so simple that it becomes difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because it's either you show up, clock in, make that money, or you literally just sit there, dwell in your sorrow, and don't get things done. So we come back with this ism to say the same stuff, just a different day. Um, I got on some jeans that I got from. I got these jeans from. I got these jeans. Look, they got cuts in them and stuff. I got these jeans from the thrift store like what last year. You know what I'm saying? I like just having clothes. You know what I'm saying? Man, I slept like a baby, man. Even when I have a nightmare, I wake up and I be like, thank God for another day. Sometimes I don't really have nightmares, but I have like demonic dreams sometimes. Like, I be like, damn, that was pretty dark, you know what I'm saying? But what would have bothered me as a kid don't bother me at 31 years old, you know what I'm saying? So I wake up and I be like, damn, let me get back to this motherfucking ism, you know what I'm saying? We got shoes. Should we wear these today or this don't match? This don't match. I don't think this match. I don't think these match. Or should I throw the Vans back on? Red Vans. I know my hair look crazy and shit. But yeah, we got a good video for y'all. Should I throw the A6 back on? A6? Or should I throw these on? I think these is the only. I don't be wearing these though. Or we could go with these. I might go with these, bro. Believe it or not, I hardly wear these. So we probably gonna throw these on today. We gonna throw those on today. Any running shoes? These is running shoes. I got Jordans. I got these when I was down south. You feel me? We got New Balances. We got these. We got these. But these don't really. I be wearing these. I don't want to wear them out. You know what I'm saying? Cause those are white and they could get dirty. Appreciate you, man. I'm gonna just throw these on for the day. I'm gonna just throw these bands on for the day. You know what I'm saying? They kind of look cool with these pants anyway. Yo, Prince, block them, bro. We about to get into the topic. And I wear a shoelace as a belt, man, sometimes because it's simpler, it's easier. Ooh. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if y'all new to the channel, man. All 17 of y'all, lock in right now. Lifestyle dating coach. We about to talk about some important stuff, man. That y'all might think that it's not important, but it is important. You know what I'm saying? Look at, see, I like my knees being out in my jeans like that. And we got these on the feet. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. Just Alvin, what's good? So let's get into today's topic, man. How to build a roster without losing yourself. So fucking important. Because every woman looks different. Every woman move different. Every woman is different. Every conversation gonna be different. Which is to me probably the biggest thing that can break your algorithm as a man. Because personally, I'm attracted to a woman's mind. Like, and a lot of shit goes unchecked or unnoticed, right? Like, growing up, I knew like I liked a woman's personality, but I didn't really know, you know what I'm saying? Because I was so distracted by the bodies and by the looks that I didn't really take the time to really become a dating coach, obviously, right? If I'm distracted by school and basketball, and how would I notice, right? So I was watching somebody vlog yesterday, stream with a female. What's good, Alicia? How you doing? I was watching somebody stream yesterday with a female, and the female was overweight, whatever. But the female's personality was so great that I was like, you know what? I could see like why guys like her, and I could see like even I would like her. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be chilling with a chick that got fame. She's like petite, whatever you think you want in a woman, and you don't whatchamacallit, like you might smash, but y'all might not be compatible in deeper ways, if that makes sense. But there might be a chick that's like overweight, but was good. It might be a chick that's overweight, but her personality is like it's mentally stimulating. So that's the only word I could think of to put there, is mentally stimulating. Like the way every time you got something to say, she know what to say. Like that's stimulating to a lot of guys. And I peeped it, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is the same thing that stimulates guys stimulates them, women, stimulates women from us. That's like a catch 22, because me as somebody who studies the ism, I don't want a woman to be the leader in no capacity. So I could have fun with that type of chick. I could smash that type of chick. I could even probably have her on the roster somewhere, but I would never, I ain't gonna say I would never, but I like a woman that looks to me for answers in conversations. But I do see how certain women have this mothering spirit where they can control things and they know what to say. And it's like, I think it got something to do with guys being raised by women. I'm not gonna hold you. But guys like a woman that could kind of take the lead in the conversation and say, insert her own opinions. Insert her own opinions in that conversation. Most women are gonna try to do this shit, but it's not gonna hit the same. Right? Certain women, they're just too fucking petite. They're just too fucking soft. And it's like, it's boring. This shit's boring. And that's what I think I was seeing in that video yesterday. Is going to look to you for any type of incidental or inspirational character. You look like a Skate 3 NPC. Um, Big girls gotta have good personalities, lot to make up for. Exactly. No, and that's what it seemed like, but it's beyond being big though. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking like, cause there's skinny girls with like crazy game and crazy personality too. It's really just, can you stimulate the person across the table from you on the date, like, or when y'all go out to wherever y'all going, like. And that's really a catch-22 that I'm noticing in general, because a lot of time y'all probably watch YouTubers and they make it seem like they get all the baddies or they get all these type of girls. And it's kind of catch-22 because your roster is going to be made up of many different women, not just what you want to call it, not just your preferred type, I guess. LOL, how you feel about single moms on your roster? Uh, it don't matter to me if she's a single mom. It don't matter. That don't matter to me. To me. What's good, D's? How you feeling today, bro? So I'm thick in all the right places. I would never say overweight. No one's ever said I'm overweight. Just saying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And again, I'm just going off the video yesterday of a chick that was what people would consider a bigger woman, plus size, whatever people want to call it. I noticed that she's attractive in the face too, but it's just like her personality was that it was the main thing. And that's what I feel like a lot of guys in this generation go for. You know what I'm saying? Like with a double chin. I think she got that. I don't know. I don't know. She's pretty though, but it's just I don't think she'd be niggas' first option, but she's still straight though, like on some funny shit. I'll go back and watch it. You the type to just take what you can get. How? That's not nothing of what I just said. You the type to not get any bitches at all. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, roster has to have different player builds. That's what I'm saying. Like this little twerp in the comments don't understand that. So let's go with bullet point number one real quick. The roster has to hold firm. This is the first priority of building a roster. So all you guys who think that you getting bitches and you not, just shut the fuck up and take notes. Number one, the roster has to hold firm. Do any of y'all even know what that mean in the comments? Because I'm sure that a lot of people don't. Let me log into my Tinder real quick looking at this. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Who said anything about Tinder? See, you gotta be like 17 on this shit. He gotta be a twerp. Cause Goblin, you was here yesterday being a twerp. Then you turned around and started asking me for advice. And then you turning around and acting like a girl again. Building a roster is great. And once I go back to school, I'll have more options. The roster has to hold firm. That's the point number one of this video. What you mean got him? Like, I'm just trying to say this. I know there's another guy on this video right now that knows what the fuck I'm talking about, but I'm just trying to ask y'all so before I move on. Before I explain it myself. Cause if this is not even on y'all brain at all, then it's letting me know that y'all not even trying to approach women at all. Cause there's no way those two things go together. Like if you're approaching women and you're talking to women, then what I'm saying right now should make sense. Um, you got him, LOL. That's what I mean. That shit was funny. Well, what did I say? I forgot. I know I just probably just said it, but I forgot. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man. It's 12 of y'all in here right now. hit that sub button, man. Lock in. We got a good video on our hands right now. We're not gonna let this, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna let this dissipate, you know what I'm saying? So the roster must hold firm. That should be y'all guys' priority out here because y'all say y'all want women and shit like that. And what I mean by your roster should hold firm. So a lot of guys will be able to get one woman or two women, whatever. But then right at that point, they're like, man, I don't know what the fuck to do. Holding firm shit, in my opinion, means under one flag. That's just me though. What you mean under one flag? What the hell does that mean, 901? Under one flag? I ain't never heard no shit like that. You gotta educate me then, cause I ain't never hear that, man. Hold firm under one flag. All right, so here's the fucking point of the concept. This ain't about you having a bunch of women and putting them in a bag and putting them over your back and then say I got a roster and then be like bragging and stuff like that. This is about building options means nothing if one person can destabilize your entire emotional state. Building a roster means nothing if one person can destabilize your entire emotional state. Does that make sense? I guess y'all like fuck him. But this is a level of game that's just again, it's only four people or something in here, but this is a fucking important information. Cause like I said, it don't matter if you got 1,000 women or if you got one or if you got none. This is a principle that will help you be attractive regardless. Again, I'm probably speaking over people here who don't really got a roster. That's my only assumption. I guarantee if I was talking to another dating coach, they'll know exactly what I was talking about. Yo, Slick, get off my slick dick, man. God damn. How I need to level up before I do anything if I'm doing what I'm doing where I'm at, which is why I could talk about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what I'm talking about. I wouldn't be able to talk about it. Yo, Goblin, you was asking me for game yesterday, bitch. What's good, Princess Neri? How you doing today? If you don't want my weak ass game, why are you weak ass in here being a weak bitch? You want my attention? That's what it is. You want my attention. You don't want my game. You want my attention, though. That's understandable. I'm good, love. How you doing today? I'm doing great. Fantastic. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to get into this message. We got some losers in the chat, so it's like they wanna troll instead of actually learn some ism. They don't want. They say I got weak game, but I feel like my game is tough. I'm okay in my first person. My life is cool. I look fantastic. Thank you, baby girl. I appreciate that. Some compliments that these losers just for some reason can't get. I don't know why, but they'd rather be on my nuts and harass. That's their thing, man. And wake up, make sure Game Like will go live. Once he go live, we're gonna go in his chat. We're gonna raid his chat. I got caught up in yesterday's live. What you mean you got caught up? You don't have a lot of experience. How the fuck do you know that? Like, how would you know? To me, that's gayer than saying somebody is like a guy is like how what y'all be saying? This guy looks good better than that guy. How do you know how much experience I got? Like that's very strange. That's very strange. You look at a guy, you're like, I could tell he has a lot of experience, man. Like that's weird. Instead of you taking what I'm saying, going trying it out and see if it worked. Because like I said, something's wrong with y'all. Y'all might not really like women enough to go even talk to them and just see if it work. Y'all wanna be up in here with me talking about some fucking shadow work, man. Get your bitch ass out of here, man. When the last time y'all got some pussy? Just answer that one question before I move on to my next thing, cause it's like that's gonna just sum up who really got what type of experience, my nigga. This shit is annoying, my nigga. It's like having a fucking kindergarten class in here. When the last time y'all got some pussy, man? That's the question. When I said one flag, I meant just. What does that mean? You know what's so funny? Like, it's like these fucking losers come in here. All I gotta do is block one of them, and then the other one just gotta sit there and talk to themselves the whole time. A few years ago by a girl at a party. Alicia, what you talking about? I'm trying to learn whatever you're teaching Mr. Will. Nobody's teaching me nothing. Oh, whatever I'm teaching, that's a different type of teaching. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me and you, that's a different type of classroom. I'm teaching these guys how to stop dick riding me and get out there and talk to women. But that's not one they seem like they're disabled in that area, so I can't force them to drink that water, you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm at 365 days of the year going to do. But if my chat get flooded by losers, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck do I do, man? I just gotta block them. Nary, just approach any guy, you won't get rejected. See, look, he's a loser. He's a loser. He ain't here. You a loser. I ain't gonna lie, Goblin, you on my shit list, bro. Like, you feel me? You about to get blocked any second. And if you make another account come back, same thing. Like, cause I'm telling y'all think y'all think, oh well, if he blocked me, then no. Once you get blocked, come back in here under any account, you getting blocked over and over. We could do this shit for the rest of the year. Cause one thing y'all not gonna do is stop the grind. Another thing y'all not gonna do is just be bitch ass niggas in my chat. We can do this shit on a day-to-day basis. Y'all think y'all like slowing shit down or something? We can do this shit every day. Not playing with you niggas. Prince said, we just approach in real life and see what happens. Girls are just for fun. I dated this white girl. She was nuts. Yes, whatever you're teaching. Will was quick with it. LOL, like, nah, ain't nobody teaching me shit. Miss Hash, what's good, Miss Hash? Any council members here? I got rejected a lot. If you teaching about game, I'm trying to learn. I'm too shy. I can't teach a woman no game, man. I don't want to understand what you know. Again, like what that loser said. If you walked up to me, I'll probably smash you. So I don't know. I don't know how to tell a woman how to seduce. Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm actually in a great mood. Like my phone, said these losers talking this. I don't got game shit, but my phone buzzing as we speak. Like my phone buzzing. I'm trying to help them losers. I don't understand why they want to come at the nigga that's trying to point them. But you know, you gotta understand that losers really like to lose, and they really like to dwell in hell, in a low vibrational realm. And when they see somebody who got the courage to get up and try something, they like, oh hell no. Nah. You dig what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Cause I'm sitting here, I'm trying to tell them how to get a roster, but they don't probably want a roster. So I'm like, let me just slow down on my message, cause this shit could just go on Patreon for the niggas that's on Patreon. I really don't gotta do that shit at all. What you mean? How you approach a dude like a woman? Like go to the grocery store, pick up a fucking cucumber, and make an innuendo, and then be like, "How you doing?" You know what I'm saying? What's so hard about that? You know what I'm saying? I think y'all women being funny. Y'all know how to get dick. Y'all know how to get dick. I don't think it's ever been a drought for y'all in history. So I don't think it's ever been a drought. Don't do what? That's another thing too. People gotta understand rejection too, like on a deeper level than just surface level. Whether you a man or a woman, it's still like got to do with like we talk about the word serendipity yesterday, like fate almost. Like a person who get money A person who was broke for a long time starts to learn about money. They start getting more money because they're always around money. They start to make friends who make money. They just understand it and see different perspectives they couldn't see when they was broke. See what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the same thing with dating. It's like because women like guys that other women like. So it's like it's kind of like that's why I hate losers in the chat trying to distract me because I'm like they doing the devil's work because it's like it's not mathematics. Like this is not math. Like I can't. It's not like I could just be like, all right, fuck the haters. Let me just focus on this message. And it's like in a classroom, you teach a math. It's like whether they like it or not, it's just math. But when it comes to like dating, people got to be like listening and really engaging because it's like relational. If that makes sense, it's relational. Like and I don't need to do shit. That's what you'll understand. You think you're gonna troll me to death, and I don't respect trolls. So we just not. It's just not gonna be. You're not changing shit over here. I don't respect trolls at all. Like you feel me? Who is this nigga, man? What the fuck? Get off my dick. Like I don't even want you in here. Like everything is all energy and attraction. Basically, basically. That's why if a woman say I don't know how to get a guy, I'm like, stop lying. But I'm not even saying that you can't, because maybe you can't. Maybe you. I know women who struggle with. Well, they think they struggle with dating, and I say the same thing. Like all you gotta do is say hello, because I know if a chick said that to me, that'll open up a door for me to just talk to her. But if the guy might be socially awkward, then it might not work. But if you say hello to multiple guys in a day, then bro, I ain't gonna front. Weed slows me down, but I'm conscious of it and working on it. Online, I get rejected because they think I'm fake. I don't approach guys. I'm too shy. But if I did, I wanted to learn his game on how to approach a guy. I don't got game on that. That's gay. I don't approach guys unless I'm trying to make a friend, which is still heterosexual. So I don't approach guys. But and I never proclaimed to teach women game. Did I ever say that? I don't think I ever said that. I think I made it pretty clear. Hold on, let me see. Um, one thing you don't do, definitely don't approach them and then ask them how to approach a guy. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. Um, Let me see. Self-esteem coach for men, dating and lifestyle guru. Like I said, only thing I could tell you women, go to Trader Joe's, go to Farmer's Market, wear them tight ass spandex y'all be practicing wearing every week. And somebody will try to fuck you. If they don't, then you must not be the hottest thing since sliced bread, because we trying to fuck. So I don't. I can't help you. I can't help you. Like, and I appreciate if you don't ask me that question because that's kind of weird. I thought you were teach on how to approach anyone. I wasn't trying to say you're gay or anything. Go. I just told you how to approach anyone. That's what I'm saying. You keep asking the same question, and like, as a woman is obviously gonna be different, right? Than as a guy approaching y'all is obviously gonna be too different. She means like what would get your attention, maybe your looks, and that's what I. And that's the first thing I was talking about. Remember, Alicia? Like I was talking about the chick could be big, but the chick had a pretty face, so she'll get a nigga. But once she start talking, it's kind of like that's. I think that's what a lot of women don't understand, and that's why I was. That was the first thing in this video I was actually talking about was chemistry because that's something that has to be deeper than just looks. Like it has to be actually a conversation, and it go both ways. Like so, I can't like unless you want me to tell you what would get me in a conversation, but in looks is looks, looks is looks, looks is looks. Like we all know that looks is a thing. Like since the early 2000s, that's what people go off of looks. That's why with me, I'm like, the question you're asking me, Nuri, is a question that guys need to ask themselves all the time. Cause even me growing up, I didn't ask myself that all the time. Like I didn't ask myself that all the time. Like, cause like women like my looks enough to where, and my personality actually. But like, think about it. Y'all are watching me through a screen. How much of my personality do y'all actually get to see? So when these losers come in here and be like, bro, do shadow work, I'm like, get off my nuts. Like, you don't even know if I already do that or not. You're just saying shit. But I get it, but it's like, how much of a person you think you're gonna know through a camera? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I like to think I know who Tupac is, but then I have to eventually get to an age where I'm like, where I don't know that man. Like, I know his music, but that's just me growing up and then realizing I'm not in the matrix anymore and I don't know people just because they're on the camera. Like, but not everybody could see that. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody could see that. I see a lot of stuff, a lot of patterns, and those patterns give me information, and the information makes me wiser. You know what I'm saying? People talk about shadow work. I do more shadow work than them because shadow work is just tracking certain reflections and how things make you feel, how things make you think, your thought patterns, certain things, right? I do that more than anybody because I study human behavior. I'm a dating coach. I'm studying human behavior. But the thing about the internet is so many trolls that you wouldn't even know if it's a human or a bot. And it's like when I see people, what is your chair wrapped in? I'm like, plastic? Do you not see? Can you not see that it's plastic? I don't have a roster because I don't run a company. Okay. Man, you giving people too much credit. People can't see outside themselves for real. Well, that's what the loser kept coming in here talking about shadow work. And that's what I'm saying is like, you're right. I'm giving people the same credit I give myself, which is a mistake. But I already know people not ready for whatever the world is gonna give them. I already know that. Like, bro, think about it. People still 30 years later talking about Tupac. I'm like, damn, he died the year after I was born. I didn't even like none of his music when I was a kid, but my family liked it so much that eventually I grew into like understanding what he's saying, the message, all that stuff. and the fact that he just a dope artist, right? Um, like people don't understand something great when it's in front of them usually. Uh, if you try to, people are too emotional, and too like you said, bro. It's like not only people. I'm like that too. Like everybody like that. You could be mad at a nigga for killing Pac. You wasn't even alive to know what type of person he really was. Because people are emotional thinkers. You know what I'm saying? When the words don't match with the beauty. Exactly. That's why that's a chick that's overweight or you know whatever on the bigger side could actually be a better person. But we don't see. It's so funny to me because women do this, play this card all the time on guys, but we hardly play it on them. I mean, we do because being real gets rewarded in nature anyway. But it's kind of like guys been unconscious for the last 15 years probably or whatever, just to be like, oh, Kim Kardashian so beautiful, Beyonce so beautiful, and then we indirectly create our own monsters because that's the same woman that is going to leave you if you show one flaw or one mistake or just in general. But it's like it take more to like again, if you don't study game, if you don't study relationships, then you look at the surface and you say, oh, just because she looks good, she's valuable. And it's just like that's the oldest trick in the book. But it's old because it works. It's old because it's classic. It's old but like catch a butterfly type shit. Like don't catch a butterfly, make a garden. And then all these butterflies will come and then you pick the best ones that get to stay. That's like harvesting or farming. But it's different because again, women do this to guys all the time, but I'd be surprised when women be like, I don't, guys don't come up to me or I don't know how to talk to guys. I'm like, in my life, women knew how to talk to me. Like, they made themselves very apparent when they see me. Like, when I went to Job Corps, it was this one chick from the islands that was always in my face. But she was the most popular girl at the school, literally, like the most popular girl at the school. But she was on a scale 1 through 10, she was about a 6, maybe maybe like yeah, like a 6, 6.5. She was cute, but like 6.5. But the popularity made her cuter. Again, goes back to her personality. She was like a personable person, you know? She was a popular person. She cared about herself, you know, so she probably had good hygiene and all that. Cause you just could tell. But she wasn't the most eye-catching chick to me. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is before I had any game, so of course I'm just like, whatever. Let me see. Everyone thinks I'm a man on here until they see my channel. I wish I could go live like you. Tupac is an amazing artist. Facts. Tupac got involved in the wrong crowd. Facts. Well, really, I mean, he was 25. That's one thing I've been looking at lately. Like, I've been looking at the fact that he was just 25 because, I just turned 31. So I'm like, when you're young and black, you compare everything when you growing up all the time. And damn, like I had to keep reminding myself of how young he was because in America, they kind of treat young people as if we're all on the same level, if you really pay attention to that. So some people got time to like act tough, act gangster, sell weed, and then go ahead and go do something else. I mean, and again, I think it could easily boil down to the fact that he just kicked the gangster in the face. Like, I don't think you could do that. So it could be something that little, or it could have been things beyond what we could even imagine that led up to whatever. But when you're 25, it's just what I'm just looking at. I'm like, that's only a quarter of 100. Like, he was a kid. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm now that I'm finally getting away from the age 25, I'm like, nah, I was a kid right there when I was 25. Like, I was literally at Job Corps when I was 24. So, people back in the day, they looked at older. So your brain to play a trick on you, like, man, he looked like he was about 30, 35. But we really look at it. The average female or guy right now walking around that's 25, they don't got no game. They don't got no, like, Pac had a lot of game to be 25. So he had a lot of experience. He been around a lot of rooms and seen a lot of stuff, but all in all, he's still just a kid. So I think that plays the biggest role in a lot of things, because you need experience in order to dodge certain situations and in order to escape certain situations that will otherwise consume other people. There's a lot of people who sold drugs, got involved with this, and then they transition into becoming a teacher or some crazy shit like that. So I just think too young, very wide eyed, very happy to be a rapper, for the success. And when you're like that, you're very open and susceptible to um, people who just take advantage of you. And I feel like, that's just the culture in the nutshell. So I personally, um, once again, I see a lot of things in life, but otherwise, he was a great guy. He's a special person. So that's all I could say. Michael Jackson is also authenticity scares people, or even the perception of authenticity, and that's why people hated Pac. Same with crazy ass Kanye. Yeah, man. Authenticity really gives you nowhere to run. That's what it really does. It gives you nowhere to run. And if your authenticity is ugly or perceived as ugly, then it's like a catch 22, I guess. I was born in the wrong era. I should have had a palm Greer. What's that? What's that? What's that? A Pam Greer? Pam Greer. Is that the girl that was with somebody? Yeah, I'm black. I'm black. I'm super black. My dad is black Muslim, black power, black. My mom is black. My grandparents from like South Carolina or something. She's an actress. She was bad. I like Megan Good, bro. Um, yeah, I like Megan Good, bro. Not gonna lie. But again, I try again. We gotta stop the gas ups. The gas ups is crazy. The gas ups, it gets you when you're not even thinking. You got to do that because I'm telling you, you can appreciate a woman's beauty, but you got to do it on your own time. Like, you feel me? Like, people do it uncontrollably. Like, damn, you're so beautiful. But you ain't never gonna fuck her because of that, because you think she's so beautiful. But let me see. So let me go back to my main point, because these losers aren't in here right now. So let's take advantage. The roster has to hold firm. And this everything we just talked about has exactly to do with what I'm saying. So that's what I love about my content, is that we could go as far as we want, but then when I go back to the thing I'm saying, it goes right back to something so vital. Um, a roster isn't really strong because you have a bunch of women interested. It's strong when one person doesn't have the power to completely throw your emotions, schedule, confidence, or priorities off balance. I'm gonna leave that where it's at. We're gonna go to number two. But that's important because I meet a lot of women, whether it be through internet, outside. I meet a lot of women. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them wasn't um like I wasn't able to retain a lot of them. I don't like that word, but I wasn't able to retain a lot of them until I developed my game a little bit more. And retainment isn't a bad word. It just means magnetism. I wasn't. I guess charming. I guess my charm was low or something. But magnetism, because you can't tell a woman sit here. I'm your jail warden. Like this is not pimping. This is not. This is not. I'm not a jail warden. You can't make a woman text you back. She has to feel magnetized to do it. I like making good until I saw a pic of her smoking a cig. She'd kill everything from nah, man. She bad, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. And she bad, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like she's like original beautiful. Like you feel me? Like I understand everybody got their type. Maybe I just respect her too much. I don't know what it is. But let's go to number two. Abundance doesn't mean everybody is disposable. Abundance doesn't mean everybody. Y'all gotta understand this if you're trying to build a roster and get your game together. Because see, a lot of losers will come in here with this shallow shit of, nah, see, Prince, I'm talking about like, listen, see, a lot of losers come in here because they don't really get women and they think that I'm like them. And then they're like, okay, cool, well, I could just troll him and then I can expose that we're the same type of person. And you can't because I'm just not you and you're just not me. But we're all men, so we go through similar things. But my roster is not gonna be your roster. Your roster not gonna be 901 roster. Princess roster not gonna be um, you know, hash brown roster. It's just not gonna be the same. But it doesn't have to. That's like every farmer, and I hate to use the farmer analogy, but like every farmer wants the same vegetables and fruit on their farm. No, you want what you want. You see what I'm saying? So that's why ignoring people means so much to the roster because they're just distractions. I don't like distractions. But abundance doesn't mean everybody is disposable. See, when the losers come in here and they say, nah, 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 boo boo, I got this, and then they run off. I already know they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing. They don't even got to tell me because don't nobody with a roster gonna be like, look at what I got. That's not how. That's never been history. Pimps don't do that. Players don't do that. I'm just being honest, and I'm saying nowadays with all the YouTube and cameras, yeah, you'll probably get a glimpse of something, but even in that, you can't get mad if you don't get a glimpse of it. Like I've been on the planet for 30 years, 31 years. I never really even seen a pimp around my town. Like I never seen somebody walking around talking about how they got all these hoes. You might hear the way of someone talk, or you might be in school around a player and see the attention he getting. But there's a lot of insecure men trying to compete as well. What you mean? So having options should give you freedom, not make you careless. You can recognize that you could recognize that you have other opportunities while still respecting the individual woman in front of you. You see what I'm saying? So like if I got, say, Princess Nuri on the roster and I got Alicia on the roster, I don't have to be sitting here disrespecting one because I got the other one. Like you see what I'm saying? Like I don't have to stop texting this one fast because I don't have to like do things in a performative way because my roster is building up. Cause that's the exact thing that make you never have one. If that makes sense. I respect that take, but I don't know. That's a tricky one. What you mean? What's the tricky one? What's a tricky one? A tricky one. I respect that take, but that's a tricky one. Flossing money, women cars been a thing forever. Still corny. Well, pimps are well. That's the. You're right. Okay, you're right. There's always gonna be a trophy that come with the Olympics that you play in. I guess like there's always like every lion has sharp teeth on each side. You vampires have sharp teeth, and these things show in nature. Like, oh, this motherfucker right here is about what they saying, or maybe they're not even saying it, but you could just see it. It's not. My whole point is it's not about what you see, because some people won't tell you anything. Like just like gangsters, like some people won't tell you nothing. So if you hung up on show me receipts, show me your girl, where's your girls at? I think game like Will's just like me. He just got to turn his camera on and he's just talking. Then cool, think it, because I'm the type of nigga that I just don't give a fuck. If I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, I just don't care. I don't care what you think. So yes, I'm flashy though. I'm a Leo. Like I like clothes. I like to show things, cars, whatever I get. But simultaneously, I'll go months, seasons without even. I don't even be talking to certain family members. Like you feel me? Like it ain't nothing for me to not show anything, so I could eat in private. Pause. But I'm just telling you that a lot of people can't. And usually that's a sign of weakness. When the last time you seen Bill Gates flashing money in the camera? When the last time you seen LeBron flashing money in camera? When the last time you seen Kobe do it? When the last time, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I say someone like Tupac at age 25, you might would have seen something like that. And I actually on multiple times seen him do something like that. But that's a mistake. That's actually a mistake. And even pimps, right? I don't want to talk too much about them because I don't know them personally. But I don't watch videos of them talking about stuff like, like things you do and don't do. So, like, even though back in the early 2000s, doing that made a lot of sense to do it because you're showing, oh, I got this, I got that. You see what I'm saying? So, like you said, flossing been around, but it's not just because someone else do something, don't mean you should do it. Like I'm clearly not a pimp, right? Like, I mean, nowadays you could be one and don't say it, but I'm saying I'm clearly not. I'm tell y'all that right now. I'm not a pimp. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a producer, not a music producer, but a producer of content. I'm a young man. I'm 30, just turned 31. I'm a vegetarian. Well, I try to be a vegetarian. I make a lot of mistakes, but I'm human. I just make content. But if the game resonates, people will pick it up regardless. I don't need to sit here and try to stuff this shit. People will hear it indirectly. Some people come on here and hate. They come in here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But just like women do the same thing. They'll see you and be like, "Oh, he don't look like really my type. I don't like light skins." And then say like they see you at a different season in your life, and then all of a sudden they remember they love light skins. They remember that they loved them. And I always loved them motherfuckers. But one of them motherfuckers hurt me so severely that I thought I hated them motherfuckers. That's all it is. When you go through trauma, you stuff down the part of you that traumatized you. That's a thing. But is there such thing that someone could be such a villain to you that you just don't acknowledge them anymore? Of course. But I'm just saying, I'm not trying to make it light skin, dark skin. But I never cared about that. But I'm just saying, every time a chick say that, I'm like, oh, if somebody played you, somebody did something to you. It's understandable. Unless you really just be like, nah, they never did it for me at all. Like, and you never hear that. You never hear that. But this ain't about skin tone. This is about uh not flexing. It's not flexing. Cause that's the literal thing that'll make you lose the woman or women. So if y'all got a woman right now, y'all are talking to, you think she's attractive, trying to get to know her, all you need to do is focus on that. Not put all your focus on it, but put a little focus there. Make sure the messages you sending is accurate and adequate enough to get a response. Keep the conversations going. Set up a little date, a link up, whatever. But even if you don't set up a date, right? There's a window that you're in between getting her number and texting her. And that window matters. That window matters. And all the women know. All women that's gonna watch this, they already know. But the guys don't know. Cause they the guys that be like, yo, what do I text? What do I say? What do I funny enough, I don't think you have to like particularly say a special thing. Like I feel like you could just be yourself. Just say what you want to say, even if it's ugly. Like say what you want to say to that chick. Cause there's been many times I said literally what I wanted to say and got what I needed or wanted, and or tried to look for the flyest thing to say, and then it just fell short. You know what I'm saying? So I can't, again, I rather tell guys how to text women through Patreon than tell guys how to text women on here for real, for real. Um, so abundance doesn't mean everybody is disposable. Having options should give you freedom, not make you careless. You can recognize that you have other opportunities while still respecting the individual woman in front of you. What do I mean by respecting the woman in front of you? Like I just said, how do people view respect in America? Most people view respect as this guy's giving me his attention. This guy's every day wake up, maybe if you're this type of guy, good morning, text, whatever. I don't, sometimes I'll say good morning, but it's not like good morning, my queen, da 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 da. I don't do all that, but I might just start the day off good morning and then continue on with what we was talking about yesterday or something like that. Attention is the equivalent to respect to women. If a woman's getting your attention, she feels respected. If you go days without texting a woman, then that's what they see as like disrespect or like he must not care, which is kind of like the same thing, synonyms for each other, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And like I always tell you, I don't, like to pour all my attention into talking to women. I like to go outside, do other stuff, get invested in like sports, hobbies, activities, and stuff like that, if possible. But you still gotta have a window where you gotta understand that if you're too busy, you're not texting any women. And if you're not texting any women, you're not going on any dates or you're not having chicks come over. Yeah, I live my life, women come to me. I mean, like I'm trying to tell you, it's a percentage thing. It's like a fraction. I'm not saying that you should be 100% busy, and I'm not saying that you should be in the house just, laying on your stomach texting women all day. Like I'm not saying to do either one of those. I'm saying like there's a happy medium. I only use game to get the draws, bro. Every relationship ends bad. So you don't build rosters? That's what I'm hearing. You don't build rosters. And I think to go with what you're saying exactly what I'm saying, but you're taking it the wrong way. When I said abundance doesn't mean everybody is disposable. Just give them a wink and a smile works every time. That's well, if that was to work, it's because you're doing very minimal effort. And once again, women see attention as respect. So, but by you just giving them a little bit of effort, they're like, okay, this guy's he must be high value because he's not really giving me a lot. So she's gonna feel mystery. Like, who is that nigga? So a wink, again, it's a classic thing, it's whatever, but I don't, this ain't about winking at women, bro. I'm not trying to make a bunch of guys who can't get women go outside winking at women. But I'm saying, if you talk to enough of them, you'll probably do a wink by accident. You like wink, you know what I'm saying? Just in passing, you just do it. The more women you talk to, attractive behaviors kind of just come out of you. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not trying to tell somebody to do that shit like that, man. I tell people approach 15 women a day, swipe on dating apps, and that's how you do that. But you gotta break down your attention evenly. That's what I'm trying to tell guys. Yeah, I'm teaching the freshies, but the freshies are losers a lot of the time. But listen, I'm saying you gotta fractionate your attention. That's the hard part. Just like a teacher in a classroom, like niggas never understood how hard it was for them to do that. You're like, why didn't they call on me? It's like, it's like what, 15 other people in here, like 20 other people in here, like you gotta also be like look at the fairness of the situation. You understand what I'm saying? What's good, Chase? But you gotta look at the fairness of the situation. And again, women would rather share a guy than deal with someone who can't get women at this point in history. Maybe it's been like this all the whole time, but and maybe women don't like hearing that, but it don't matter what they want to hear, it matter what they're gonna do. And again, maybe this discussion ain't even supposed to be for women, which is why the word men is in my title on my bio on my channel. Let's go to number 3 real quick. Let's go to number 3. I can meet somebody else is confidence. This is what a lot of women don't understand. This is what a lot of losers that come on the channel don't understand. That I can meet somebody else is confidence. Let's go into that. If one woman doesn't, if one woman doesn't reciprocate, that's just like in this chat right now. We got a woman that is totally out of pocket, but let's keep going. If one woman doesn't reciprocate, you don't have to treat it like the end of your dating life. You know you can go back outside, socialize, meet people, and create another opportunity. But most people feel like they're at a dead end when they cross paths with somebody who's not interested or somebody who thinks negatively about them. And that's a whole lot of power to assign to somebody who you just met. And in fact, it says in a back call way that you have no game. That's what it says. It's a back call. Every time you get mad at somebody who disapproves of you, you send out a back call indirectly that says, I don't got no hoes. I'm not that guy. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm drowning. Somebody save me. Number 4. You can't manufacture the exact same woman. This is a big one, actually. Even for guys who don't want to be players, this shit lands on everybody. You can't manufacture the same exact woman. This is where I would challenge the idea of replacement. 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 You can't replace an opportunity, but you can recreate someone's exact personality. I mean, wait, hold on. You can replace an opportunity. You can, but you can't recreate someone's exact personality, chemistry, humor, experiences, or connection with you. This is another reason why I shoot my shot so frequently, so often, because I understand this. See, when you're a person who values who you are, values your life, and loves your life, it's not that you say, "Oh, people don't matter. They're worthless." You don't do that, because that wouldn't be true. But what you do is that you know, like, okay, I've met people before where the chemistry was awesome. I've met people before their personality was exactly what it needed to be for them to be in my life. I've met people before that were what I see as humor. I met people before that were able to make the experience a certain type of way. So if a woman doesn't do that, then you shouldn't be butthurt because of that. You understand what I'm saying, chat? You shouldn't be butthurt because one woman or even thousands of women don't act like another woman that you've met before. What's good, Alicia? Like it shouldn't, again, it goes back to people being mesmerized over other people. Like over these last, what, 30 years, every rapper wants to be like Pop, but you just can't. You have to be different in order to even be in the same title as someone like that. In order for people, oh, Kendrick is a new legend. Okay, cool, because he's not trying to be like Pac. But if he was trying to do everything like him, it would have been bad, because it would have been like, yo, take that scarf off. You're trying to be like fucking Kendrick. I mean Pac. And how many other people try to be like Pac? Thousands, droves of niggas tried. And that's called differentiation, self-differentiation. The more self-differentiated people are, the less they care what other people think. Because they're like, this person could never. You could never put your paintbrush on my fucking canvas and tell me how to be as a man. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Because a lot of people be half of the man that they're attacking. And that's just the way biology always been. You know what I'm saying? Like, how easy is it to comment something negative on somebody else shit, and how hard is it to get up and actually make a video? It's two different leagues of humans. Like, but that's not That's like trying to wake them up out of their reality. That hurts them. That hurts. Like I could never be somebody I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see, man. This fucking loser. So I'm just saying this to say when y'all go out there and y'all meet people, enjoy the day. Enjoy the day. What you mean hyenas hunting packs? I'm a motherfucking lion. I'm a Leo. Hyenas gotta bow down to lions. They gotta watch out. Do you understand something, bro? Like, and I swear to God, y'all are bringing this out, and not you, but the trolls, because these niggas, I always got bitches. This YouTube shit don't define me. I've been doing this shit when Soldier Boy was on YouTube. Like I've been doing this shit. This shit is not like even like the whole mouthpiece and game and charisma shit. Like that's an add-on for a nigga like me. That's not that I never needed that to get bitches. But a lot of niggas do, and they still don't got it. But I'm just saying, bro, when I know a dating coach, y'all probably know who Ron Wills is. He always talk about being a select guy. Everybody can't say they was that. A lion is a select guy. Hyenas is not select. Now hyenas gonna eat. That's one thing about hyenas. They're respected predatorial animals. But they can't fuck with a lion. Now, I ain't gonna say they can't fuck with a lion. They can't fuck with a lion. But it's like they're just two different type of creatures. They're not to be compared. I will put it like that. It's not to be compared. I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal, but sometimes you gotta look at the people that's nipping at your toes and be like, I hate you niggas. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, just crazy, LOL. All these comments be commenting at the same time. They're the hyenas I'm talking about. Okay. No fact. Then by that you're correct. But I'm very accustomed to haters. I'm very accustomed to hyenas and shit like that. I've seen it already, you know. I've seen it because when you shine, you know what I'm saying? And make no mistakes, I'm still working on myself right now. I'm working on myself. Hyenas got Scar out the paint. Exactly. You're right. You're absolutely right. Scar. Okay, his time was coming. His time was coming. Um, that movie is symbolic for sure. But they was subservient to him for how long? Like he put fear in them for how long before they was able to do that thing to them? But again, it goes back to the point of a lion just can't be a fucking hyena. Like if he was a hyena, then they wouldn't have had no justifications to do that. But it's kind of like what lion hangs out with hyenas? That's to me the takeaway in that. What lion is going to hang around with hyenas? That's automatic death because you're not even supposed to be around hyenas in the first place. And blocking people is like a sport. It's something that I wish I was better at when I was younger, and I wish I was just more intelligent at a younger age. But people will really make you hate them. Like I promise you, like, cause it's like they get in your fucking peripheral vision or whatever type of vision. They get into it, and you're like, man, get off my dick. Like, god damn. Like, especially with this technology shit. Like I could see in person, cause in person we used to slap niggas and beat them up. But with the internet, it's like this motherfucker probably got glasses on his computer next to his fucking Kleenex fucking thing that he just got done jerking off. And he like, man, And these computer hackers at this point, it gotta be, because how you keep getting in here? Let's do the math, chat. I'm gonna have to call the board of directors. I'm gonna have to call YouTube Studios. Who keep letting these motherfucking peasants in here, man? Shit is annoying. But yeah, I'm gonna probably end up getting a lion tattoo just to symbolize it. You know, it's very played out. Everybody got lion tattoos, but as a Leo, I feel like it's just like something I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Because I take pride in being a Leo, a lion. Because there's not too many of, well, there's a lot of us, but shout out to all the Leos out there, man. Being a lion is always gonna beat being a hyena any fucking day. I ain't never been a hater. You know what I'm saying? Why you put JK, JK? I ain't never been like a hater or anything like that. Cause man, as y'all could tell, I'm on my own dick, and that's how it's gonna always be to the end of the fucking history. But hold on, let me see. Like I remember being in like high school, niggas was hating on me because this girl liked me so much. She used to do my work in class and shit, and that was the bro. Like it wasn't my day one bro, but it was somebody I seen as I seen him as like, nah, bro, cool. When we go to gym, we balling and shit. But his girl obviously had a crush. She was kind of sexy too. But I remember me and bro fell out because he did some fluky shit later on in life, and I was like, it's probably because his bitch like me. And it's like, damn, bro, like I fucked with you, bro. Shit sad, bro. Damn. It's nature though, bro. Niggas is like that over that pussy, man, over them. But it's like that's why I'ma forever step on niggas. You only got one time to betray a lion in history. And the nigga gonna snake y'all for the rest of eternity. Like, cause I should have just smashed her. If that's the case, I'm sitting around here just being cool with her. Okay, cool. She cool. She helped me with work sometime. She cool people. I'm just a friendly guy. You know what I'm saying? I had a jealous fat friend I should have known. That fat shit, friend, jealous and fat is crazy. Uh, I should have known she was out to get me. Exactly. But you can't know when you're that young. You gotta grow up and see that most people are snakes. And then and only then will your life get better once you can see I did my life for her. Yeah, man, that shit crazy. But this guy wasn't even really my bro. He was just somebody at school. I was like, nah, bro, cool as shit. But we end up moving to the same neighborhood, and then like niggas just be weirdos, and they deserve to get their female smashed. Hold on, let me see. Um, approach a woman while she's sitting down outside a coffee shop is a great way to approach. But you can't manufacture the exact same woman. This is where I would challenge the idea of replacement. You can replace an opportunity, but you can't recreate someone's exact personality, chemistry, humor, experiences, or connection with you. Number five, the real goal isn't emotional detachment. You don't have to become some guy who doesn't care about anybody. The goal is being able to care about someone without abandoning yourself just because you care. Number six, scarcity can disguise itself as attraction. Sometimes you think she's so special when part of what you're actually experiencing is, I don't know if I'll ever get another woman like this. Those are two completely different thoughts. And that's what I'm saying when I think when guys are seeing something beautiful, they're like, scarcity is disguising itself as a attraction. Like even me, again, I said Megan Good is beautiful, but like cause she got that look where it's like, damn, we'll probably never see someone who look like that ever again before we die. Like there's only one person on earth that looked like that. But the truth is, she's just another beautiful woman at the end of the day, no matter what she looks like. You still have to capitulate that idea that she's just another woman because how are you going to build a connection with her? You can't build a connection with her if she's up here, if you put her up here already, because she's like, okay, well, he's just another fan or he just whatever, whatever. You can't really form a respectable sentence to say, like a sentence that you just say that she's like, oh, that made me feel like a lady instead of like a celebrity. You can't do that from that position. So you gotta kill the scarcity. Why I tell y'all to approach 15 women a day, why Prince is saying approach a woman at the coffee shop. And at the end of the day, you can approach a woman anywhere. You can approach a woman anywhere. It's because it's not about it. See, and I this shit is hard. This shit pause. This dating coach shit is kind of difficult because it's not hard, but it's like it's kind of like a rhetorical thing that I keep telling people to approach 15 women. Cause it's like it don't make sense. Cause it's like people go do what they want to do, but I guess by me putting the videos out is gonna, the right people are gonna like synonymize with that shit. You can approach at a funeral too. Uh, you can approach at a funeral. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, man. But I ain't gonna lie. I don't go to funerals. So I'm different breed, man. I don't go to funerals. I don't participate with shenanigans like that. I believe people should just die next to trees like we used to back in history. That'd be better. If we just died next to the tree and the dirt can just absorb you, that'd be better. Trinaria, what's good? Yeah, I think that'd be better for people if they just died in nature and then like all the casket stuff is like that's too like performative for me. Like you can't be half of a man, right? Let's just be a whole man. Let's go back to nature with it. Let the motherfucking bugs and shit just get at you. Everything too pretty nowadays. That's the problem. Interesting. What about the smell? Again, that's feminine stuff to be worried about that. Like a smell of something that nature created. You know what I'm saying? All beings return back to the dirt. So if you're worried about dirt or dirty, then that's not natural because dirt is the most natural thing on the planet. We just read the room. What Prince? What the hell are you talking about? We just read. Who are we? And what room are you reading? What are you talking about? You just pronouncing shit over and over again. What do you mean we just read the room? Cause what are you saying? What are these words? But yeah, people are people. Come on, man. If I was the president, y'all would die outside. Y'all wouldn't be in no motherfucking hole in the ground like some fucking treasure chest. No, I'm saying what Alicia said about reading the room before you approach. No, I'm just trying to relaxing on the inversion table. Read the room first. We just read the room. But how does that make sense if you just copy what she just said? She said read the room first. You said we just read the room, or we just read the room. Is that what you're saying? We just read the room. I know it is. I'm a smart dude. Appreciate that, Crims. Shout out to Crims in the motherfucking chat. Facts. Like and subscribe, man. Facts. Yeah, but yeah, man. Like, this shit crazy. But let's keep going real quick, man, because this shit is crazy. So the last thing we read was scarcity can disguise itself as attraction. Sometimes you think she's so special when part of what you're actually experiencing is, I don't know if I'll ever get another woman like this. Those are two completely different thoughts. And game like Will don't agree with that thought, that first thought. The thought that I can't replace this bitch is crazy. But again, Prince, you talking about approaching some chick at a coffee stand. Why don't you just do it? What? And then Alicia said, read the room. And I'm like, hmm. I always read rooms. Well, maybe not always. Growing up, I don't think I was the best. I think all kids have ability to read a room, but like I can't replace her as nasty work. Exactly, it is. But that's like a common flu. Everybody feels that way for some reason. And again, I think I contribute that to being raised by women, maybe or something. I don't know. But you just feel that, hey, I got to be nice. You don't have to be nice because you don't got to be mean, but you don't got to be nice. You could talk to a chick, go to Starbucks, she's drinking coffee, talk to her, and then go talk to another chick right there in front of her or next to her, but wherever. And you don't have to think nothing of it because it's not nothing being done wrong. You know, you feel guilty because again, maybe you were raised by women and they made you feel like, that would be wrong to go talk to a chick in front of a chick that you just tried to talk to. It's like guilt trips that tie your shoes together and make you trip. I can do it. I'm just agreeing with what she said. Some aren't the best. Some are viable challenge. What does that mean? I just know in my life, like guilt did play a role with certain things, and when I don't feel any guilt, my game goes up by like 55%. I'm just random number, but 55%. My like guilt is the devil's like um that's the way the devil like makes you feel like you shouldn't be a player or something like that. Like I don't that guilt shit is crazy because it weigh you down. Like, yo, I can't talk to them, it's too many women and I'm shy or some shit. I'm nervous. I think that's what Prince, I think that's what you be dealing with, bro. Cause by not being shy or nervous, like if you go downtown and there's a bunch of women around and you're not shy, not nervous, you're naturally gonna get a bitch automatically. Like by the end of that day, at least, like you definitely gonna go home with something. And even when you watch all these podcasts too, with all these women, oh, it'll brainwash you to feel like guilty before you even do anything. Like it'll make you feel bad because there's some woman on the thing that got played or something like that. That's not gonna help you. It's gonna kill your flow. You need to be in flow because being social is a flow. Flow, is words. That's why when you rap, they say, "Oh, he got a good flow." Is you rapping to the bitch. You saying what's on your mind, what's coming out your mouth is naturally just flowing. It's not something you are participating in a fucking race war or a sex war, gender war while you're talking. You're not indirectly feeling like, like, hey, I'm wrong for saying something to a chick I want to sleep with and possibly marry. You know what I'm saying? If shit escalates, nah, I don't. You don't what? Laugh my ass off. I made up the word viably. You get it though. Viable. I don't even know what the word viable. What does that mean? I forgot. Viable. There's no reason to be nervous. Just take a deep breath and do it and get it over with. Um. Well, you say a lot of stuff, but then you say a lot of contradictive stuff, like your grandfather stopped you from doing it, or so I'm just going off of what you tell us. But if you got it all handled, then I'll stop telling you what I think. I'll stop diagnosing you if that's making you feel uncomfortable. Uh, vibe. I made the word up. Let me see. Some aren't the best. Some are vibe challenged. What you mean? So you saying some are vibe challenged? Again, if your vibe is challenged, it's because you're overthinking. It's because you care what she think more than what you're trying to do. You're like, oh, like I'm mind reading this bitch. Like you're trying to mind read her on the approach. You're like, oh, I think she would like she looks mad. Man, you think if a lion see a deer, he gonna be like, that deer looks mad. I'm not gonna eat my lamb chops. She's a human just like you. No, but listen, you don't know what women are. We call each other humans. We've been told to call each other humans. But obviously you don't understand female psychology enough to even say that. And I'm not saying it I'm not being derogatory towards women. I'm saying I don't talk to women where women don't say, hey, I don't talk to women and I don't say it. I feel like women got a quality to them that's almost like an alien. And I feel that way. But then she agreed. She's like, wow, that's crazy. I do see what you're talking about, at least. Not every woman gonna like that, but the ones that get it, get it. Um, Men and women are obviously different, but for you to claim that or just believe everything books told us about women would be crazy. Just to believe that just because we're both human, that they don't got powers outside of what you think. You see what I'm saying? Because even in the Bible or wherever you look, women got powers that we don't got. Women are connected to different forms of things we don't got connections to, I guess. Vice versa. And that's my thesis. I'm not saying anything wrong with women. I'm saying that when you say she's a human just like you, that's not, you don't know that. But you just go talk to her. Like you said, go talk to her. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you gonna sit here and say she a human. It's like, okay, cool. Go find out. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, she might be a human, but she might be involved in other things that make her less of or more of a human. You don't know that. Just go talk to her, get to know her. That's why most dating coaches say don't build rapport. I'm like, you gotta build rapport. Because I feel more comfortable sleeping with her, knowing her, than not knowing her. So that's just me. I could sleep with a stranger, yes, but I prefer to know her a little bit so that when I hear her voice and we chill, I'm like, okay, cool, I know her enough. Who's good, Rico? Number 7, that's why you need the map. The map means periodically asking, where am I? Where am I going? What am I overlooking? What is this situation costing me? You're enjoying the journey without becoming unaware of your surroundings. So, this is literally for everything in life. Everything in life, there's a sacrifice. Period. If I want to go into the kitchen, I gotta sacrifice how comfortable I feel sitting right here, right now. Yeah, that's literally probably the most only and most powerful thing I don't want to do right now is move. I'm not moving because I don't feel like moving. But um, your map is sacrificed when you get some fine shit or some perceived fine shit, and you're like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to fine shit, and you in this conversation, and in reality, you're actually sacrificing the map because the map is leadership, not suckerism. Those are two different maps. I feel like that should be higher than 7. That's number 1 for me. What's the oh what wait, this one right here? Sacrificing the map. Let me read it again. That's why you need the map. Like Dora the Explorer, the motherfucking map. The map means periodically asking, where am I? Where am I going? What am I overlooking? What is this situation costing me? You're enjoying the journey without becoming unaware of your surroundings. Why y'all think I tell you I'm a lifestyle coach, then a dating coach? Motherfuckers come in here, they always want to address this dating shit, but they don't realize I've been getting bitches forever. So I'm just having fun with this shit, but having a life is the harder part because it's like, well, it's not harder, but it's the more interesting part because it's like the women want the guy with the lifestyle, not just, yeah, you could look good, but even looks maxing became a lifestyle. You could get rich as a clavicular got rich from telling people how they looking and how to look better, but he also got a gang of bitches while doing that. You know what I'm saying? He went from being a nobody to being that one guy in your social circle that all the girls that stop and be like, clavicular, come here. Oh shit, he the one who getting the hoes in our circle. Pause. So what I'm trying to say is your lifestyle is creating that sexual tension that guys are talking about they want. They say they want sexual tension, but they don't realize that from the drug dealer in high school to the thug to the basketball player, they all got hoes. They just got different types. But some of them chicks was like, I'm cross pollinating. I'm gonna go mess with the thug when the basketball player showed me he ain't got no game. But that's natural. But then people say, oh, it's hypergamy. You know why people say it's hypergamy? They got two reasons to do it. One, they could make an excuse for why they don't got no game. And two, they could lean in on the fact that again, like I just said, looks maxing is a whole like a lifestyle. So is red pill, or has it been in the past, right? So that gives a guy two reasons to talk about hypergamy and put that on his channel. He's like, oh well, you probably met a red pill nigga that get pussy, so you like, oh, I want to be red pill now. So you got multiple reasons to join that club of people. I don't label myself red pill, but I do know that as a man, my content probably lines up somewhere like that. But I make it known as often as I can that I don't even watch any of that shit. I like to hear about anything. Don't matter if it's about male or female. What you mean? You like to hear about anything? So yeah, your lifestyle is just as important as your looks for you guys who watch. Like you want to throw on fly shit, fly clothes, look good. Cause for me personally, just like I got on some bullshit right now, but it's decent. So like if I was to go outside right now, like I feel good. Go get a grab a coffee, whatever. I'm able to holler at hoes with this outfit on. But what I'm ultimately trying to say, we gotta be doers. Exactly. But see, I'm telling y'all all the shit that forces you to go do it. Because at the end of the day, your lifestyle is gonna take you places, not the bitch. Unless you're a pimp. And even then, that's not going on nowadays. That was back in the day. That was the early 2000s. So, yo, like clavicular, I love that example because his stuff ain't about women, it's about everybody. He's into fashion. All right, let me use that. See what, because I want to look better. I want people around me to look good. That's actually the perfect loophole to everything because as you look better, a chick could come in looking like whatever and leave your program looking better than she ever looked. True is, and that's what pimps did back in the day anyway. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. I'm not saying he's a pimp, but I'm just saying that that is a feasible program because women want to look better. True is, it's life. Still, I'm sure. True, it's life. Still, I'm sure. What you mean by that, Trinera? Trineria? What you mean by that? What's still life? My whole thing is she either like you or she don't. Wait, hold on, man. Wait, hold on, man. All right, bro. All right, Prince. I see you. I see what type of person you is. I see what type of nigga you is, Prince. All right, my nigga. I see what type of guy you is, bro. I figured, bro. Hold on, let me see. Number 8. Sometimes you're so excited to be somewhere that you can't see where you're standing. Sometimes you're so excited to be somewhere that you can't see where you're standing. That's the line I'd really riffed on. You finally get attention, money, recognition, women, whatever. And because you're excited, you may stop examining the environment that came with it. Whatever you claim that y'all could check your own psychological, whatever you want in life. You stop examining the environment that came with the money, what came with this, what came with that. See what I'm saying? Just like again, if you go out here, you approach a chick, whatever, you talk to her, and then within a matter of 5 seconds, you're mesmerized by her beauty, and then you don't even examine anything else in that arena, in that environment. You're basically unconscious outside of how she looked. Pimps, his life still, I'm sure. Number 9, excitement isn't the enemy. Being excited about life is actually beautiful. Um, the problem is when excitement becomes so powerful that you stop asking questions. You can be enthusiastic and observant at the same time. This is a very, very huge concept that people gotta really drink from the fountain of this motherfucking game. Because think about it. As a kid, I get so happy about some shit. That's why vetting is important. Exactly. Nah, stop playing with me like that. I'm not playing with you, Prince. Like all jokes aside, bro. I'd hate to be stern with your little young ass, but don't do that ever again in life. But anyway, um, excitement isn't the enemy. I'm gonna read it again. Excitement isn't the enemy. Being excited about life is actually beautiful. See, a lot of times in life, the devil want to play around with people and make them like the devil always want to try to, you know what I'm saying? But the excitement is valuable. The excitement. That's why, like you said, the vetting process. If a chick coming around and she already complaining, I just met your fucking ass, and you already complaining. You gotta pause where you feel that complaint there, and you see that it's ensuing. You gotta pause. Don't even react to it. Don't even laugh at it. Don't even respond to it. Just sit there and wallow in the fact that the universe tried you like that. Not even her. The universe just sent someone towards you to try you like that. And just calm down and think. Now you can either check that woman or you could just walk away. Those are the best things you could do. But to check somebody don't mean you gotta really, really spaz out. You don't gotta spaz out because spazzing out is a loss of power. That's losing power. And that's not what I'm teaching on this channel. That'd be wrong. I'm not teaching that. I'm teaching the ultimate power. And you don't let nobody pull your leg. So, like my boy said, vetting. Most guys will never have a vetting process because they don't take women serious enough. Well, I mean, they do take women serious, but they don't take themselves serious enough. They don't take anything serious. They don't take anything serious. And that's what's gonna happen. Because women are taking shit serious. So um but the enemy isn't being excited. Like excitement isn't the enemy. In fact, excitement is something we want to cherish and we want to value. We want to always be able to tap into being excited as human beings. Yeah, I was always drained since 2002, gained it back though. Exactly. 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 And it's that's what it's all about. Self maintenance of yourself, maintaining who you are. I'll never be mad at a woman for rejecting me. I always tell y'all when a chick reject me quick, I'm like, oh, I respect her and she respected my time. Her respecting her time made me respect my time. Even though I already respected my time. But her respecting her time was respectful of my time. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't waste people's time because I'm not wasting nobody's time. And if you think I'm wasting your time, then get away from me and don't waste your time. But excitement is something that I don't want to compromise. It's something I don't want to sacrifice. I like being excited. I just don't like again being so excited that I lose track. Um I'd stop being observant. That's little kid shit. When they get you so excited and you so excited that you stop looking at the way people treating you. You stop looking at the fact that the shit they doing is so fucking lame and below your standard that you're like, I'm just gonna sit here and just let people just act in your type of way. You see what I'm saying? And this is like again, it's like conditioning as well. A lot of things in society is about conditioning. And you can't let them condition you. You know what I'm saying? You can't because all of this fake shit out here will make you think you fake and it'll blind you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like to get outside, get in nature, because that's where it's really at. It ain't about money, it ain't about fame, and it ain't about pussy. Even though pussy is the ultimate nature, but we gonna get that regardless. Um, but not hanging with lames. If you're hanging with lames, you gonna be a pussy. Cause that's how it go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta duck lames. You gotta duck them. See them coming, you duck, go the other way. Nah, hell nah. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Let's keep going. Number 10. Ask yourself, am I choosing this or am I being pulled by the feeling? That's a powerful self-check. Maybe you genuinely want the woman, or maybe you just love the feeling of being desired. Maybe you love whatever you do, or maybe you love the attention that come with whatever you do. Try was doing my best to be myself, and every time I felt mirrored energy completely drained for years. Never been through a relationship like this. Prayers answered to be clear. Prayers was answered to be cleared. What does that mean? Number 11. This is about my experience with Job Corps, whatever they talking about. I don't know what they about to say with this shit. Taught you something about. Let me see what they say before I read this shit. Arian, the same brother, make Arian produce an alcohol that can make somebody naturally more relaxed. All right, that's cool. I don't want to read that. That's some bullshit, but it's not bullshit, but it's just common sense. Let's go to number 12. Not needing an outcome can change your entire presence. You're able to talk to someone without mentally turning the conversation into a transaction. You're not thinking, how do I make this work every 5 seconds? You're simply experiencing the interaction. So, not needing an outcome. Not needing an outcome needs to be studied. It needs to be studied. In fact, I need to put that in a book or some shit. Not needing an outcome is so important because when you need an outcome, you're outcome dependent, ultimately codependent, and it leaves you to get mauled by people who don't want to give you what you're asking for. What's good, Daytona? My boy, how you doing today, brother? Shout out to my motherfucking guy Daytona, man. Let me make Daytona a moderator. Shout out to my boy Day fucking Tona. Um, every interaction is transactional one though. What you mean? How did that contradict what I just said? If I go to Starbucks, grab a coffee, say hello to the woman wherever she's at, how is that transactional? How is that? Yeah, how is that transactional? It says you're able to talk to someone without mentally turning the conversation into a transaction. It says you're not thinking, how do I make this work every 5 seconds? That's transactional. How do I make this work? That's a transactional thought. See what I'm saying? How do I make this work? Is a transactional thought. It's a loser thought, but it's transactional. Especially ask that every 5 seconds. That's a sign, actually, that you might need to do something different. If every 5 seconds your brain is, how do I make this work? 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 That's your sign, a wake up call. Like, hold on, there's other people who don't even do all of that and it's working. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, there's people who live in pain and there's people who live on earth in peace. Does that make sense? Or am I tripping? Like, the word transactional is a word that goes two ways because you can look at that word as um it's two different meanings, if that makes sense. Like, I could want a chick, talk to her without making it transactional. But another guy could want a chick, uh talk to her and make it feel very transactional by like trying to like get some pussy. When you have that mentality, it will manifest into reality, saying, how do I fix it over and over again? What you mean? How do I fix myself is a good answer. But how do I fix her? You can't fix her. But we talking about relationships, right? We talking about relationships right now? Because I don't want to cross contaminate these topics. I'm just saying when interacting me personally, it's all energy, even if nothing is physically given, it can be transactional. What do you mean? Like, okay, you go to Starbucks, you see a pretty face, you say hello, how's your day going? You're saying that that's transactional? Because I feel like you're being technical. You're breaking it down to the nucleus of it. You're saying that if you go to Starbucks right now, get a mocha choca, and you see some fine shit, you say, "Hello, how your day going?" That's transactional. Because remember, at this point, it's a mindset thing that I'm attacking. I'm not attacking the literal, I guess, like physiology of her having to open her mouth and expel energy. My fault. Then thought you meant like full on convo. Well, that would be a two-way street. That would take both of us to be like, it would take, even if the convo was 5 minutes, you know, 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days. Like, How is that a transaction? That's what I'm asking you. Because what I'm basically trying to say, things have to be things have to be carried out as transactional. Does that make sense? Like me talking to you right now, my brain would have to create it that way. That means I'm not that interested. See what I'm saying? Like, so that makes it transactional because I'm not that interested. You see what I'm saying? That's literally the ingredient that turns it because your brain has to generate that thought. Like if you go to work for money, if you don't like the job, then it's transactional. If you like the job, you just making money. And that's why that's why I guess certain dating coaches say your language exposes you because I like talking to women. I really like women. I genuinely like women. Therefore, it's not transactional for me to say hello at all. It's not transactional. It's just actional. It's just actional. It's a self matter. Like I'm doing it because I want to do it. Opposed to doing it because it's not transactional. See what I'm saying? So me opening up a conversation and then saying a follow up and then continuing it, that's just me seeing something I want and doing something. That's not transactional. Like it's like having a kid. You like, I love my kid, so I'm paying for the coat to go to school and their jacket and their shoes. That's not transactional. If you see a woman you genuinely generate attraction for, it's not transactional. I guess right now we're leaning into something called emotional intelligence, being um having intelligence about your emotions. Your energy is it can become transactional if you're doing something you really ain't trying to do. Like that's why, like again, some people believe in marriage, some people don't. If you, it's not about people take things that are businesses and turn it into personal things. That's why people feel like this conversation makes sense because as soon as you add money into something, it changes it. As soon as you put money in something, it's not the same thing. This is why vetting is so important because if you don't know the person you're talking to, she might just want to get married because her aunt got married. She might want to get married because she the last sister out of three that never got married. She might just want to be with some fine nigga. She's like, you're fine enough to be with me. She only played with Barbie and Ken dolls when she was a kid, and you just a sucker who just she just like, okay, he want pussy so bad. That's transactional. But niggas ain't got the heart to check women, so then it remains what it is. Niggas ain't got the heart to go without or tell women no or actually investigate women. So then it just remains what it is. Women act out of their unconscious. They say, okay, well he want pussy, so then I guess this is a transaction. Just energy wise, like I'm vetting and going out my way. That's def transactional in my opinion, even if I'm attracted. Nah. Nah. Okay. So you're telling me if you pump your gas to go to your job to make your money, if everything is self-based, it's like energy, like it's recyclable, it's coming back to you. It's not like I'm putting something out there to get something. I think that's a misconception unless that's your truth. That's what I'm telling you. Like you're the only person who can say that. So if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But I don't see it that way. I see it as I'm trying to build something. That's two different perspectives. I really see it that way too. That's why the word roster can't be taken out of it. Can't be like defeated because it's actually what men are all about actually in history. Naji, I agree with you, but even going out your way creates a transactional relationship because we still exchange something even if it's not physical. What do you exchange? What do you exchange by saying you look good, I'm trying to get your IG? What do you exchange? Like a little bit of energy, like a drop of gas? And again, if you really like women, you don't feel like you're exchanging anything. So maybe you are, but you shouldn't feel like I'm losing all of my life because I'm talking to a woman. It shouldn't feel that way. That's my whole perspective. Like when everybody broke, maybe men will wisen up. I already told y'all earlier about texting women. That's a trend. If okay, if I had to name one thing that's a transaction in my life, it would be it's 24 hours in a day. I wake up and it's not even that in left. So probably like 15 hours in a day. And between making money, having hobbies, activities, and events and stuff like that, and like shit like that, there's a there's a sacrifice involved, like we said earlier, with because I'm not the best texter. I'm not the best texter, so therefore I gotta think sometimes about what to say back. So that takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of time, and time you can't get back. So if we're talking about like exchange, it probably will be time consuming out of everything. So you're spending a little bit of time to get to know somebody. But how is that? I guess that's transactional, but why would you care about spending a little bit of time if you like women and that's what you're spending the time on? That's what my question is. Like, it's just like if you got money, right? You're gonna exchange your money to get a new hat. But if the hat is something that you could capitalize off of or that you use that is useful in your life, why would you keep the money in your pocket instead of spending it on a hat and then you it's going recycle it's recyclable. That's what I'm saying. It's not like you're giving it away. Like I think people that's called scarcity, not abundance. They think they're giving something away that is like, and I understand like retention and retaining your sperm, retaining time. Yes, those that's very real concept. That's a real concept. But if you think that you're gonna get better at like conversation skills with women, all of that shit by sitting around and not talking to them, then how you gonna motherfucking even like skills like fingering women and like your stroke game and all of that shit. Like how you gonna get the badges? How you gonna get the badges? If if you sitting around here on Pornhub all day, how you gonna get the badges? How you gonna get the badges? You can't. That's my answer. You can't. Cause you gotta be again, but that loser said experience earlier. It's experience. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that you have to go out here and approach all these women. I mean, I do tell you how to do that, but I don't smashed a bunch of women before I became a coach or whatever y'all see me as. I don't already. I probably didn't have the most bodies out of my homies, but I was one of them. I put that on everything. I put that on everything. And my shit got better after, you know what I'm saying, afterwards. So my shit is decent. But I know these little motherfuckers in this new generation ain't getting nothing. So let me see. Let me see. Yo, Tenaria, you know you ain't send no money to me. I'm just saying. I think I met you a minute ago. I ain't never get no. Yeah, I ain't never get no donations or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I always say, you know, change your brother life. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. You exchange time. I agree. If you like women, it doesn't or shouldn't feel like a transaction, but end of the day, it's still a transaction. Um, yeah, I guess. I don't perceive it that way because then that's stress. That's stressful thinking. That's like a bad perspective for somebody like me who's just. I'm still like young at heart. Like I'm still like a kid in the candy shop. So I like to see it. I like to see it the way I like to see it. But and that's even with jobs too. Like I like to have fun if I go to work. Like if I go to this job that I'm trying to get right now, like I want it to be fun. And some of the most smartest people in the world, they understand that if you want to get good at anything, you got to make it fun. Even talking to women, it don't matter what it is, got to make it fun. Cause you're gonna get way better and you're gonna spend more time doing it if it's fun. If it's boring, if it's damn, women are annoying, man. Women are stressful, bro. Red pill this, red pill that. Well, look at where the world is now. Look at where we're at now. But what I'm saying, not even just with women, every relationship in our life is transactional in a way. Facts. Facts. That's facts. That's facts. Uh I was gonna say something with the word facts and Socrates together, and it didn't make sense. Socrates. Now that shit was kind of fire. Hold on. Socrates. That was kind of fire. Hold on. Let me see. I would give love to those that deserve it. Even my friend that I have 2 kids, but I stopped because I gotta focus on me now as a mom also. But what y'all say is real for the most women out there, all good. I'm not a mod here, and I wasn't speaking nice, probably about women or men. I'm sure I left after talking to you last year. I hope you find one. Exactly. I hope you find one. Appreciate you though. Like and subscribe. What's good, Smile? How much money do you make off streaming stuff? Rents due and Social Security ain't cutting it. I'm thinking of stream. Am I a streamer or a YouTuber? When I think of streaming, I think of Kick and um, Twitch. But yeah, I really don't look at it as a transaction. I look at it as nature. Like, and that's the thing. How can you look at nature and transaction with the same set of eyes? I look at it like I'm supposed to be fucking her. I look at it like, damn, look at them titties. Like, how dare I not tell her how good she fucking look right now? That's why when I do it, it feel better. I feel like I feel like I always had some level of game because it was natural. I feel like I always was able to make a woman feel beautiful because I'm not lying. See what I'm saying? It's coming directly from the core. If you're beautiful, I'm telling you. If you look good, I'm telling you. You a motivational YouTuber, speaker on stream. I appreciate that. We're gonna go back on the dating apps too after I get done reading this, and we're gonna do some more swiping today. I definitely got a couple matches this morning, and they let me know women wake up and they swipe when in the morning, cause I get the matches when I wake up. But I got a couple chicks that hit me up yesterday too. Like, so yeah, man. But we ain't getting no new subs, bro. Herbert, sub to the channel, bro. We need 3 more subs, bro. Cause I don't know what happened yesterday where we lost 3 subs, 2 subs or something. We need 3 more subs, man. I don't want to be up here begging for subs, but goddamn, every time you know what I'm saying, you lose a couple subs and shit. Let me get back to what we was talking about though. So yeah, bro said everything in life is a transaction, and I'm like, I can't wrestle with that idea. That idea is so fundamental and so obvious that I can't even fight it. But simultaneously, I really don't like looking at women that way. I really like to really just, it's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than just transactional sex. Like I'm paying, that's like tricking almost. But again, every man gonna see it different, a little different, man. Number 13, young people can enter adult environments without understanding the whole environment. This is important because I'm 31 and there's people in here that be 19, 20, and experience, age, and all of that shit is all like different, but it's all the same. When we talk about dating dynamics, it's like you gotta be gamed the fuck up in order to actually get women. I love looking at men's features, pause, but also talking to them about life. Then just have a fun time uh, out of home, outside of home. Just turned 31, 8 to 15. Nice, bro. Wait, 8 to 15. What you mean 8 to 15? I love looking at men's features, but also talking to them about life. So, oh, okay. Oh, so we the same age. And I just turned 31 on the 18th. Yeah, like 2 days ago. Type shit. So someone could be talented, charismatic, intelligent, ambitious while still being very young relative to the world they're entering. Why does this matter? It just does. For us and for women, right? Like, this is just some game in general. Like, we talked about Pac earlier. Certain people entered into a certain lifestyle. They was fucking young as fuck. And we see that you could be like 20, 21, but everyone around you is like 30 and 40, and they're like fucking moguls and got millions in there. So you gotta know where you're standing at, not just what you feel like is important. Like, happy late birthday to you. Same, same. Happy birthday to you too. And all loving this season to next one. God bless you. Fact, same to you. Same to you. I like that you said the word seasons because that's important that we every season capitalize and make every season grow. Like we grow every season. Pac wasn't a G. That's what he says. He was a real person, though. That's what my whole point is. Number 14, wide eyed can be both a strength and a vulnerability. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It ain't about being gangster in particularly. It's about being a real motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But it's like Pop, okay, again, it go back to what I was just saying. He was 25. So had he would have done that if he was 45? Yeah, being a man, I mean, I don't even like that term because God made only two genders. So therefore, it's not even like that's not even a question. I'm a man, you a man. You born a man. But I'm looking at experience. Like kind of like what you said earlier. You said everything's transactional, right? So like if he could have came back and been at a different age, he might have would have traded in some of the shit he did at that age at a different age. He might have would have, but that's what I'm saying. It's like experience is what I'm looking at. That's the blueprint to success. Experience. Experience. People could say anything they want. They could try to play run mind games on you, whatever. Experience. Because what someone older than you would have did something different than what you did. So when you say a 25-year-old shot the cops, it's like, of course he did. His he's 25. His whole brain was consumed with whatever it was consumed with at that time. Not saying it was gangster, not saying it was good, not saying it was bad, not you see what I'm saying? Experience definitely important if you can learn from it. Still some old fools though. Like it's tough when you black. Cause like again, I was gonna say Diddy wouldn't never shot the cops, but he would have shot something else. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you, like, that's a bad example, but I think that when you think about young black men in particular, and you look at the word experience, you say to yourself, what could have been better moves at that age though? Like 25 is like a quarter of your life. You're different at the 50-yard line than the 25-yard line. You know what I'm saying? You're a totally different person. You know what I'm saying? That's like example. I'm 31 now. Like at 31, I see way more of this earth and what it has to offer than I did at 16. You know what I'm saying? Which lets me know that information, you know what I'm saying? Big, you old as hell. So you saying he a fool? I mean, look at WAC 100. Look at these guys. They older, so they're knowledgeable though. Even if they lose, even if they quote unquote lose at that age, they made it to that age. You get what I'm saying? So it's the question of how do you want to go out, not the question of will I live forever. Will I live forever can't even be done if you don't make it to 40. Like if you can't make it to 40, you can't live forever. See what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to make this about like that type of thing either, but I'm just saying like that's just like so people will look at Pac and they'll be like, yeah, he was young and because when I even at 31, when I look at him, I'm like, yo, he was brilliant and he had a lot of star power and my favorite rapper of all time actually. But where did he go wrong? That's what my brain go to try to track out. And sometimes he didn't go wrong. It would just life be life in, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't need to look at it as wrong and right. But if You got to ask yourself as a man, what type of life do you want to have or leave behind, or legacy, or whatever you want for yourself. That's a winner to me. I feel it though. I fuck with the convo. Pop died in the 90s, and still him depends on talking about him depends on what we mean by live forever. Yeah, like I look at things so particular, like if the whole world was to end tomorrow, nothing Pac did really mattered at all, type shit. But as long as it doesn't end tomorrow, we're gonna be able to talk about Pac. You see what I'm saying? Like he's a great guy. He's a one in a million type of nigga. But how do you grow if you're infatuated with idols? You know what I'm saying? That's how I be looking at life. Like, how do people grow beyond the little dirt? How do they grow beyond the Pac? Pac is like McDonald's. Some of his music is good. Some of that shit is telling you that it's hopeless to be black, and some of it is gangster shit. Some of it is knuckleheadish. Some of it is like dear mama, and it's like, damn, this motherfucker. Why did they take this nigga from us? Type shit. That's crazy, and it'll make you mad. But either way it go, you're not him, and that's what I think people forget in the midst of being emotional. And you got life right now, and you're still on the court playing ball. So if that's the case, how can I respect this man while simultaneously growing at the same time, instead of listening to all his music all the time to the point where it actually makes me like wanna like do something thuggish instead of just, because that's what listening to a bunch of somebody music will do at some point. That's facts too. Like people in gangs today, that's was started by teenagers. I ain't know that. Janet and him, cool couple on that movie Poetic Justice. He played a good role as a father. That movie was fire. That movie was tough. Let me get to number 14 though, real quick. Wide eyed can be both a strength and a vulnerability. Being open to life makes you adventurous. But if you're extremely open without developing discernment, everybody around you gets access to you. This is what I'm talking about Tupac, including people who don't have good intentions. So people like to say whatever they say about him, right? But they don't look at the particular things that could make a guy get from age 0 to at least 30, 40, 50, to where they could even like examine if they was doing anything stupid. Because usually I play a lot of chess. So when you're playing the game, you can't really see everything. But when you review the game, you're like, nah, I definitely could have did this, and that would have changed the whole game. So there's always a better chess move. Is what I that's my eureka moment of 2025 or six. It's like, cause I see it all the time when I'm talking to women. I see it every day. I'm like, oh, okay, you could have did this, and she would have just came over. like, like you sitting here doing this, but you could have just gotta watch game tape type shit. Exactly, exactly, exactly. But see, even niggas won't even do that because it take time to remember. You see what I'm saying? It takes time to remember. That's why when trolls come in here, I'll be so mad because I'm like, they're just getting in the way. They're not even like I'm mad at that. Like, get out my way so we can get to this game, so I can get to my next game, next point, next topic. They trying to slow the shit down. But what I'm saying is that yeah, you gotta watch the game tapes back as often as possible, because there's one move that you could have made that would have made you a great man. You might already be a great man, but I'm saying in that game or in that tournament or in that whatever series, There's moves to be made, and a wise man is a thinker. A wise man is a thinker. He knows when to think, when not to think, when to talk, when to shut up. All of that. It's like the difference between driving a car and driving stick shift. Stick shift takes a lot more psychic ability and experience. It takes experience and almost psychic. Most of the shit that women find sexy and romantic is almost psychic, or you would have had the experience to know. Like, oh, why didn't he walk on this side of the street and that side of the street? So, because I'm a lady, or why didn't he hold the door for me right here? They get mad at you about shit that you, and then you'll be like, damn, you act like I'm supposed to read your mind. She's like, well, that's what my dad did. That's what my brothers kind of did. That's what guys that I looked at as men did. So this is why I say never try to relate to women, only connect to them. It's okay to ask a woman like little questions when you first meet her, like, what's your favorite food? Where da, 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 because you collecting data. But when it's game time, when it's time to do or take her out on a date, it's kind of like you got to be a psychic. You got to kind of just, if you don't know what to do, just guess. That's better than asking at that point. So you got to know when to do what. Relating to women is crazy. Exactly. It is crazy. But in 2026, it's actually the norm. Well, yeah. I mean, I had a lot of female. Like, okay, so I grew up with my mom, sister. Um, my favorite cousin is a female, but she has a brother, so obviously, I'm in his room playing Madden and shit. But I'm saying she's still like my favorite cousin, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because she's funny as hell, like just hilarious, and we were the same age, so it was just like she's funny. And but she actually helped me get girls and shit when we got to middle school. But that's probably the only female friend that I ever had. So, but I'm putting it like this, that I really consider a female friend. But I'm putting it like this. Yes, I had male cousins, and yes, I vibed with the male cousins, but my female cousin was just like we related on everything. Like but she was a tomboy, so that's why it's different. We played wrestling, like WWE, on Xbox and shit like that. Like she liked to play Jet Set Radio, that skateboarding game, and like The Sims. I would fuck with The Sims a little bit. Like just the video game vibe, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is that if you're not careful between your mom, your sister, your cousins, and maybe even your niece or something like that, and then the girls liked me a lot growing up. So once I got a girlfriend, that's when I first realized like, oh shit, like sometimes it's boring. Like after we get done fucking and shit, it's kind of boring. And when it get boring, like it's just you and her. So it's kind of like you can relate to women. You can relate to women. Like I don't care how masculine you is. You can relate to women. Um, but you know what it really is? The dad being there. That's what it really is. It's the dad. That's the missing chess piece in most black households, because it's not the comfort of the women, it's the absence of that masculine figure, because that figure, it puts you in the right state of mind while going through, or it's okay to be bored with a bunch of women, it's okay to be around women, but the masculinity must be reinforced, because you're already born a man. Like we said, you're masculine by nature. But the problem is a lot of women too, like your mom and certain, they'll be scared of you. Like they'll be indirectly scared of you because you are a man. You're a young boy, but they're like, damn, if he get mad, what if my son turn on me? What if he get mad one day and he tries to kill me? What you know what I'm saying? So the neutering process is so subtle that women will do it almost instinctively if you're not careful. That's another thing that I think that young black men should worry about. But what I'm trying to say is that it's going to be different for every human, every man. But for me, um, I can relate. I can't relate to women. but I can respect and understand. I think respect is the word I'm trying to look for instead of relate. I don't relate to women at all, but I do. I think too much respect turns into them. It turns into like a gender war because as a man, you should only see the man perspective in every situation, right or wrong. Whether that nigga was right or wrong, like back in the day, he beat on his wife. Oh, that's their household. I'm not getting in the middle of that because that's how niggas be getting hurt, bro. That's how that shit be happening because niggas be raised by women. Niggas want to save women, but the woman is choosing the tough guy. So now your little, soft ass gonna get in between that, knowing that you can't help, but you might have heart, but you're like, I can't help. What I'm trying to say is that women will raise that type of soldier type of figure, the dear mama, love my mom. But in reality, stepping out of that fire that the woman naturally produces because women are that type of people, you might live a little longer. You might be able to build your own family and then raise it the right way. But by stepping in anything your mother creates is already wrong. But you love women because those are the people who raised you. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, so what I'm saying is what was good for you as a boy is not good for you as a man at all. Like there's a dead stop. Like you gotta like that shit gotta stop. Like at 18, 17, I don't know what age exactly, but you got something gotta either save you from that or you gotta figure out that it was wrong the whole time. But outside of that, women will always fight that belief. They'll be like, no, no, because I could raise a boy into a man. And some of them know. They be like, nah, I can't do it. I do need a stepdad there. I mean, I had stepdads and shit too, but I'm just saying, like, you feel me? My stepdads was like gang, like thug vibes. But that's it is what it is. But even my stepdad taught me certain lessons, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Taught me certain shit. That's really the only person I ever got allowance from in my life is my stepdad. Every time I take the trash out, $10. Can't lie. So, I mean, I got respect for my, for that. But like I said, man, nothing is your real dad at the end of the day. So I'm just telling this for the young niggas that's gonna listen. That think that okay, I'm good just with under my mom bullshit. I mean, you gotta love your mom, but you can only love her if you strong. You know what I'm saying? And you can protect some shit. If you can't protect some shit, man, you ain't really a man. And you can't protect some shit if you're honoring, if you look up to women, like if these are the people that like you could respect them, but you can't be respect. You can't be really respect. Cause like all dating coaches know the same talking points. Women will lie to you, women will mislead. Um, and this isn't knocking women down. This is just the natural, even in the Bible, what they say a lot of stuff. They not built to lead. So it's like if you get wrapped up in thinking that they ever could, then you're gonna see your life start deteriorating. And women don't understand that that's what be happening. But that's exactly what's gonna happen every time. Cause going out on your own limbs, it's tougher to go out there as a man and stand on your own feet and risk a bullet, risk a fucking knife, risk a fucking not making it back home is 10 times more gruesome than actually just being fucking safe. So that shit is like something a woman can't teach. Like, I don't know how they, unless your mom is a fucking war veteran or some shit. But even then, I don't think, it take real masculine, like, symmetry. And I know this from experience because I don't been around my dad a couple of times too, and the conversations is just different, and it's actually more relaxed, and it's actually less emotionally, um, like it's less like it's not feminine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people try to talk about this all the time, but you have to experience. They have to literally be in this fucking situation. Yeah, but you don't pull bad bitches, so your advice is irrelevant. Nah, man, you tripping. Shit, I'm getting the fuck out the car. It's if it's cool. I'm hoping I'm hopping out, bro. Time to go shopping or eat. Yeah, man, go get some good food. Go get some good food. But the door thing, not so serious for me. Understandable, but I'm not in a limo like that movie. Listen, we won't clown you hooked up with your cousin. No judgment, sickle. Nah, hell nah. Never that. True crime, detective games. Love life. I mean, love them. He moved on to dudes because he's bored of women. Read between the lines. This guy. Yeah, I had my pops. I mean, I grew up with women as well, but relating to something I can't necessarily do, I connect, but relate now. The journey's different, to be honest. That's my whole point. That's my whole point. Like, but I'm just telling guys because, like you said, you could respect women, you could love them, but then you got to realize, like, yo, listen, never in life will I ever like see like hit some of the shit is like this. Okay, I'm not talking about you being like sassy or something, but I'm talking about the little things women do that you might not catch. Especially as like, okay, so if you might be talking to your cousin and like, okay, this is gonna sound sassy, but when you with your homies, right, you'll never discuss how a nigga look. You'll always discuss like me and you will only discuss how bitches look. But if you talking to your female cousin, she might bring up a nigga from y'all school. If y'all go to the same school, and she's like, this guy is whatever, whatever. And before you think about it, to be like, wait, I ain't about to. You gonna think like, nah, that nigga is hideous or not. And I think that might even be responsible for why all these niggas doing that. Like they not afraid to like say what a guy look like stuff. You see what I'm saying? They not afraid to say what a guy look like. But when you really track back to the early 2000s, and like you said, if you were around your dad, that type of conversation was not coming up at all. Now, your dad might say, like, oh, this guy is handsome, man. He looked like he could have been in the family or something like that. That's a two totally different conversations. You see what I'm saying? But if you're around your female cousin, she's, oh, that guy, he tried to flirt with me. He's kind of cute, da 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 da. And it might even make you be like, well, that nigga ugly as fuck. You might even have a jealousy plot there, like my cousin ain't about to go fucking with this nigga. But even that is not something you should do. Like nothing in that situation is something you shouldn't even listen to. You shouldn't even be in that conversation, is what I'm trying to say. So I believe when the family structure is not whole, that people assign roles to people who don't deserve that role. Does that make sense? Like, cause I even like again, even me with like my niece and nephew, I literally seen them as my kids, like almost as if. Like I knew they wasn't, but as if. Because my dad wasn't in the house, so it made me feel like, nah, I gotta really lock in. And also I felt like I loved them too, but I just naturally gravitate and I gotta make sure that they grow in a certain type of way. But it was hard for me to realize like those are my sister's kids. Like, you feel me? Like, so I might be overstepping my sister boundaries sometimes, trying to tell my nephew to move this way when she want him to move that way. See what I'm saying? So just on a systematic level, the boundaries, because again, what if I have a daughter and then my mom's over here and my sister's over here telling her like, your dad was trying to get all these girls and da da da. What if I don't want her to hear that? You feel me? So now I'm gonna block her ears from that. But that might be something she need to hear. So it's kind of catch 22 in a black family because everybody feel like they could just say anything or they feel like their words are important. And what I started to study or realize is that in a perfect household, in a perfect household, the son is not near the mom at all. That's all I'm trying to say. Um, Cause you even see in these schools where oh, he got ADHD, he got this. No, he just don't want to listen to another woman, a white woman teacher telling him what to do. Like, I literally remember, and I'm not racist, but I remember being in third grade thinking that, like, how is this woman telling me what to do? Like, it didn't make sense. Like, and I got kept back. I got kept back in school for that shit. But and I even think about that when I'm with my mom, like, how are you to tell me what a man is or what did like it don't even make sense. But when you're around your dad, he don't even gotta try that hard to tell you. He just can say anything and you just gonna believe it. And women are hate on that. Like the mom will hate that. Like, why he wasn't even there? Why did you listen to it's like that's like the devil hating on God. Like he don't gotta be here on earth with us for him to be a higher frequency. And it's just is what it is. You can hate it, but that make the women look bad. Like, why are you hating on that? That don't even make sense. Um, you slept with this guy, now you're hating. It don't even make sense. But that's their own personal thing. I'm telling y'all as a big bro. Maybe I'm not older than some of y'all, but some of y'all might need to hear that shit. I don't speak for the people who come from a perfect family because I don't come from a perfect family. But I see myself as perfect. I ain't gonna hold you. His father left his mom. He takes care of his mom, which I respect. Then I would leave their home or come over late, then finally leave. Later on, I started to come over myself. Wait, hold on. His father left his mom. He takes care of his mom. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like I know a lot of older guys that they grew up with their mom and they take care of their mom and stuff. And I'd be like, that's cool. I probably end up in a fucking situation like that. But I mean, look at Blueface and his mom. Like that shit is like just by me watching that shit, it's like, oh my God, like leave that nigga alone. He's a millionaire. Like I could understand if you broke and you live with your mom. She's all in your business because you right next to her. But when I see Blueface shit, it's like that's like torturing somebody. So not sure if he took anger out on me when his mom grew a connection with me. Yeah, that's another thing too. That's not necessary. But damn, that's a bar. What's good with you as a boy is not good with you as a man at all. It's just not biology. So and even I would say as a boy, it's not good. Like as a boy, it was not good. It's not good to fucking be around a bunch of women. But that's survive. That's the fact of the fucking uh the thing. Like and once you're conscious of that, you don't like we said, don't relate to them at all about anything. Like a baby might see women painting their nails and be like, I want to paint my nails. You know what I'm saying? That's natural for him to do that because that's his tribe. That's the people he around. It's all about perspective. His dad with another woman. His mother is in a wheelchair. I respect them every day. Just he was around a lot of family. Most women they took my energy. Low key, if you get your ass beat in front of your girl, you lose her respect. That's a fact. Facts. A lot of things that make you lose a woman respect. Like it should be a fucking laundry list that just roll open. Like we could do a whole seminar on that shit because it's just that deep. Like it's just that fucking deep. Like, and it's something that we need to talk about because it's something that's actually lawful to your dating life. Got to be able to protect and move smart. Damn, will you just like Young Thug on them phone calls, nah. I feel you though. The convos do be different. I don't know what you mean by that. That young thug on the phone calls. You said the convos be different with mom and dad. That's two different people on top of two different gender, like the two different people. Like that's the crazy part. It's like double trouble. It's like the mom will hate on the dad, and it's like how you. It don't even. It's just not. It's like to me that's gay. That's gay within itself. Like that is the gay. That's the gayest thing in the world. Like how can you be a woman and hate on a guy? That's gay. Well, let me see. My father told me about men and women early things I need to know. I love him so much. He's a 308, 803. He said my father told me about men and women early things I needed to know. That's love. You feel me? That's what men are supposed to do. That's what men are for. You know what I'm saying? Men always gonna put women up on game that they love because they're like, oh, like, because most guys we know like we guys, so it's like it's just different. You need to be deported. What I noticed is my game got other men jealous. Well, just let them be jealous then. Is it normal in your country for one man to be open, wait, to open the box, wait, to open chocolate box of another man? Yo, that's crazy. My dad took me away from. Hold on, let me see. I feel you. Balance is important. It's everything. Though, but you right. Shit, mom's gonna teach you how to be the man she wanted. Dad gonna teach you to be the man he wanted to be or that you need to be. Now, facts. Two different type of creatures. One is preventative, in a one is more strategic and more attentive. The dad is more attentive and strategic. Both parents are attentive, but the mom is distracted by work. So it's like the mom don't really got she's not even there technically. But I mean, I don't been around my dad and like his side of the family enough when I was really young. Like, and I don't been around him a fair share. So I just was around my sister more than anything, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Like growing up, her video games, TV, school, like really, I'm a computerized baby, like computerized like a motherfucker. Like that TV, that motherfucking Nintendo, all of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But me knowing my grandmother and like certain people and having that Muslim background, I think that always gave me confidence and shit like that. Boy, you said it, Blueface mom, so true, no facts. Some moms just be out of pocket. They just don't know when to stop. And they might stop and then start up again type shit. That's the thing that's so demonic. I was watching Blue on Zeus. It's funny and kids gonna learn watching them people this generation. Hopefully his kids turn out to be great men and his daughter. Number 15, you have to develop awareness alongside ambition. As your life expands, so does the number of environments you enter: dating, business, money, nightlife, social media. Each has incentives and people
who want something from you. Interesting. Number 16, the dating world can become addictive when it feeds scarcity. If every new woman becomes proof that you're finally valuable, you'll constantly need another woman to maintain that feeling. Not me. Hell fucking no. But I'm just saying. Then you're not building a roster anymore. You're building a validation machine. And that's not the goal at all. At all, at all, at all. Hold on, let me see. Crims, why you delete Taneri message? Yeah, nah, chocolate box is crazy. Number 17, don't let rejection become a what does it say? Referendum on your worth. A woman saying no means the interaction didn't work for her. It doesn't automatically mean you're unattractive, inadequate, or doomed. Keep the rejection in its proper category. Number 18, don't let success. Wait, hold on. I'm here. Y'all good. I felt like I was about to attack that person with the stop sign. Don't let success turn into the opposite problem. Once you start getting attention, don't swing from nobody wants me to everybody is replaceable. That's just another form of insecurity wearing a crown. Number 19, the strongest position is I want you, but I don't need you to validate me. That's where attraction and stability can coexist. You can be excited, you can pursue, you can genuinely care, and you can still maintain your own center. Number 20, this is the last one. Build the roster, but build the man holding the roster. That's really the whole conversation. Build your social life, dating opportunities, money, health, friendships, experiences, but make sure you become more stable as your world gets bigger. Otherwise, you don't have abundance. You just have more things capable of controlling your emotions. That's crazy. But yeah, bravo, bravo. That's real shit, man. That's real shit. We about to get on these dating apps though, man. We about to do some swiping. You know what I'm saying? Swiper, no swiping. And I don't know how long we've been live, but we've been live for a little minute. Put y'all on the motherfucking on this motherfucking drop a one if y'all still in the chat, man. Uh I got something to say. You are fake. Let's get that straight. Appreciate you, Crims. Gotta keep that fan on, man. I'm hot. Let me want the fan on, but the fan is a little loud. I feel like I need a light on. Fruit punch, man. We about to do some swiping. Should I start the video over? BLK and Tinder. I think on Facebook I already swiped yesterday. I'm talking to this chick on WC Man Catfish. Let me see. Should we go on Tinder or BLK first? I don't even be on Hinge no more. I'm like, Hinge ain't giving me no more matches, man. I'll be getting hella matches on Tinder. I'm gonna probably start it over, man. Yo, everybody in here, come back. We about to start over. Right now I'm on Hinge, so I'm about to. When we get on Tinder, I'm gonna start showing y'all the chicks and shit like that. So